Shye, at what moment do you realize something's wrong?
So I'm born and raised in Canada, but by an Israeli. So I've got a good mix of both. And so I moved to Israel April 2023, which means between April and October 2023, I did have time to experience rockets. And, you know, on a typical day before the war, rockets would look like this. You'd be sitting on the beach, you'd hear the alarm. That means you have about 3 minutes to get to cover. You look towards Gaza, which is south, and you see smoke in the sky, which is the trail of the rockets from the Iron Dome, the interceptors, because you can't see the Hamas rockets because they're dumb rockets, because they are fire and forget. They're not guided. You know, they have enough fuel to get into the air, and that's it. So you can't spot them. You can spot the Iron Dome rockets and watch them as they travel to the intercept point. So it's 1 to 3 rockets, Iron Dome intercepts them, and you finish your coffee and go about your day. That's typically how it goes, which is like, as a Canadian who didn't grow up under that, it's nerve-wracking. But once you understand there's a bunker everywhere you go, and you have a reasonable amount of time to get to safety, you become used to it, which is really weird to say because it's rockets.
It's maybe desensitized. Somehow.
Desensitized to it, yeah.
I can see.
Familiar. Yeah. And then October 7th, 6:30 in the morning, I'm looking for my friend, Ellie, because I'm walking around taking photos at this festival because I was tired of dancing. And the rockets began. I didn't know it was rockets at first because I don't speak Hebrew and I'm not paying attention to the sky. And then I hear people saying, you know, what is it? Tzava Adom. Tzava Adom, which is red alert in Hebrew. I'm like, oh, that's not good. Because we don't have a siren. We're in the middle of nowhere. There's no siren around us. There's nothing to tell us there's rockets. And we're close to Gaza. We're like 3 miles from Gaza. It's really close. You can walk there. You can bike there. It's very close. And so because we were so close, the time to get to safety from rockets is 60 seconds. 60 to 90 seconds. I think 60 seconds. Really, or even less, 15 seconds. Really short time. But you know, we're next to Gaza. No one's really worried because they know there's nothing here. They're not shooting rockets at a patch of dirt right next to them. Why would they? It's a waste of rockets. They're trying to cause damage. They're not going to cause damage by shooting an orange field, you know, or an empty field or some trees. What's the point? No, they're shooting rockets at Tel Aviv, Sderot, Nativot, Herzliya, Petach Tikva, cities in the middle of the country that are populated where everyone lives because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to cause terror. That's why they're called terrorists. So this is hundreds of rockets. This isn't 1 to 3. This is like, you have you heard? Wow, I'm trying to describe the sound. It's like, you ever see a war movie and they're launching rockets from the jets? You hear that?
Of course.
That incessantly. It's like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and then a minute pause. And then 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200. And it's like nonstop from 6 in the morning. 6 in the morning. Most people are still in bed. 6 in the morning. Hundreds of rockets within the hour. And that's going for over 12 hours, over 18 hours, over a month, over 2 months. You know, it's crazy amount of rockets. My biggest concern wasn't that we'd be struck by rockets because I knew after speaking to my friends that they wouldn't be shooting at us. But the interceptions are happening on top of us. They're happening over our heads. So the risk of 10-foot long chunks of metal crushing someone is very real.
Right.
And that's what's scary because there's a lot of rockets and they're falling who knows where.